What's good with y'all, man? So listen, want to get in on a new story time. I know a lot of y'all been asking about experiences and stuff. This is a new experience, my worst experience with a chick to date. And this probably, I had one previously that I put on the Patreon and stuff. This one is up there with it. And obviously it's the worst experience ever, so I'm not dealing with the chick. I'm not gonna put her name out there, nobody's name. I don't do that stuff. But yeah, obviously I'm not dealing with this chick. She had one shot and she messed it up, right? So anyways, so how this night kicked off, I'm going out solo. My boy hits me up and he's like, oh, I'm over here. I'm like, okay, bet, I'll see you at this spot. I'm the type of dude that likes to make my rounds, make my rounds, see who I see, kick it with some people, and then I just move around. I do what I want to do. I scope out, prospect. I just move how I want to move. That's why I like to go out solo, right? So, I'm making my rounds. I meet dude up. He's with a chick. I see hella people I know. One particular group of people, and it's this one chick that's there. She's seen me before. I've never interacted with her at all, but she's seen me before or whatever. I ain't gonna go into too much detail, but pretty much this chick started choosing, right? So one of her friends was like, yo, go over there with her and this and that. She went alone to the bar. She says, go over there. She wants to talk to you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm thinking like, okay, she on some more grown stuff. A lot of these girls like to play games and, do all this extra stuff. Let me dance with like 5 dudes in front of them and get them to notice me and all this other stuff. She wasn't with all that BS. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see what this is about. All right. So, of course she had the looks and stuff. Initially, I'm going to say that. Initially, she had the looks and I was looking at her body and stuff. I'm like, okay, I see, and this plays a role, y'all, into the deception that a lot of times happens with guys. So y'all be seeing how it looks when they be wearing them clothes and you pull it off of them and everything just be disintegrating. Everything just flap out or fold out. And you were like, hold up, that don't look exactly the way it looked like on your pics on your IG. It don't look exactly the same how I saw you in that dress or whatever the hell you was wearing. It don't look the same, girl. So you lying to me. Let something like that happen to you with a chick, oh man, you gonna want your money back. You gonna need a refund. I digress though, right? So I go over there. She's like, yo, what kind of drink you want to drink? I'm like, oh, hold on. Now, I have dealt with women in the past that have bought me drinks like first, and then of course we reciprocate. I don't need a chick to buy me a drink, but she's buying me a drink. I'm like, okay, yo, this is already turning out good. She looked good and she buying me the drink. I'm like, okay, there's no way that this can go wrong. We had a drink and stuff. She pays for it. We ended up dancing together. I'm like, okay, she's not to throw it back. She's throwing it back crazy. I'm like, I got to take this chick home, right? So that's how it started off. Everything was cool like that. Some moments go by, we chilling and stuff. She orders another round and buys it too. I'm like, okay, 2 drinks, damn. All right, well, whatever. All right, cool. Moments go by again. You want another drink? You want another drink? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm honestly good. She buys drinks for me. She started talking to some other people and stuff, buys drinks for them. She bought like 6 shots for a bunch of people. And one of the people left, she was like, okay, you take this. I'm like, yo, I know my limits, right? I don't like to drink too much, period. Me, I'm the type of person, I don't like to drink too much if I know I'm gonna be dropping dick off later that night, and that was my plan. Regardless, if she was coming through, I had to hit up another chick. I was finna drop off some dick, right? So here's the thing. She gets the drinks for 6 people. I take one of them out of volunteering. I didn't want to have it. She hands me the drink because one person left. I'm like, okay, I'll take it, whatever, right? So we all end up cheers, hit it down on the table, take the shot. Everybody, it's done. This is where things started going downhill. The waitress comes out, okay, how do you want to pay for this, right? She brings out how much it costs. This chick gonna look down at it and then look up at me and look back down and look up at me. She did a double take on the bill and then looked up at me in that order. So I'm looking like, oh, hold on. One of my boys came out and he peeped it too. He was like, oh, hold up, bro. He came, he was like, bruh, I know she don't think you finna pay for this. I said, hell no, I ain't paying for this. She's the one that got the drinks for everybody. I don't know if she was trying to show out or be just extra friendly. I ain't know half of these people. I only knew my boy and the girl he was with. And then I just met this chick out this night. I'm like, hey, she looking up at me like I said, you better handle that. You better handle that. Right? So she's like babysitting this bill. And then all of a sudden I'm looking at her like crazy, like, yo, I'm not doing, like, you got to take care of that. I'm sitting at the bar. She gonna stand up and, you know, start giving me a lap dance and stuff at the bar. And yeah, I guess that was her way of trying to seduce me or rope me into just easing that bill onto me. Nah, I ain't one of these new niggas out here. I'm not just finna do that, right? If it was one of these simp dudes, if I was a simpleton out here, right? But nah, you got the wrong one. You must have mistaken me for one of these simpletons out here that don't get no booty thrown at them, all right? I ain't one of them dudes. If I was little Billy over here, I might have paid for that. But I'm out here being super Rodney. I'm not looking to pay for nobody else's tab unless I'm buying stuff. If I volunteered to buy you a drink, I'm paying for it. You don't order drinks for random people and then volunteer somebody else to pay for them. That's not how this works. That's disrespectful as hell. So I was just looking at like, yo, you better take care of that. She was giving me a lap dance and everything, you know, like giving me the full routine in front of everybody. She ain't care. She was trying to show out. I said, hey, I'm not phased. Hey, you better take care of that. So time goes by and her friend comes up to her like, yo, so what do we end up doing? What are you trying to do? You finna go back with him or what's up? You know, I'm like, you know, I'm chilling. I'm like, either way, I'm good. If I can take her back, that's cool. They're going to look at me like, take her back, take care of her, this and that. That's how you know the friends is cool about it. I said, okay, cool. At least your friends ain't trying to, you know, be cock blocks or whatever. I'm like, cool, I'll take her back. I pull her out of the club. We go into my whip. We finna slide out. So it's like 3:30 in the morning. We walking, right? It's dark. This chick says, yo, I gotta pee. I'm like, bruh, what? You had all these chances to use the restroom while we was at the bar, and you didn't take none of those opportunities. This is where things really start going bad. This is where things start going downhill. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know where the hell you finna pee. Everything is shut down. Everything's closed. It's late as hell. She's like, oh, I can't hold it anymore. I'm like, yo, my crib is like 15 minutes away. If you can't hold it 15, I ain't finna have you piss in my car. Like, you ain't finna do that. I know that for sure. We walking by this big building, and then there's this courtyard that's right after it. A bunch of, you know, bushes and mulch and all this stuff. It's a big courtyard, whatever, water fountain and everything. She like, okay, be on the lookout. Watch out. I'm like, wait, what? I said, you finna go right here? She said, yeah, I'm finna use these bushes. This chick was I said, yo, now when it's that late at that time, y'all, security's always patrolling like the city area, right? So I'm like, yo, okay, I'll be on the lookout, but if that dude, if a security guard shows up or whatever security is patrolling the building or the property or whatever, they show up, I ain't taking no fall for you. I'm outie, pretty much. Like, I ain't getting in trouble at all. That's all you. You know, she finds this bush or whatever. I'm on the lookout. I'm just like trying to just be as nonchalant as possible. It felt like it was Friday, like I was Ezell catching Smokey taking a shit on the side of the house. And some of y'all remember that. I felt like freaking Ezell. Like, except I'm not snitching, right? So the thing was, bro, like, the security guard walks by and he's like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I said, I'm having a good night or whatever. How about you? I'm trying to start conversation to stall this dude, right? So she could finish. Whole time I'm thinking like, if this chick don't hurry up and finish, like how many drinks did you have? For real. Like, what's going on? Man, I talked to the dude for like 2 minutes. She still wasn't done. He walks by, he's like, what's that sound? He hears something. She comes up, pops up out of nowhere behind me. Then the security guard's like, wait, what were you just doing? Right? She's like, nothing. I'm like, you couldn't come up with a better excuse than that? No finesse at all. Like, what is you nothing. You sound like a damn preschool kid that just got in trouble, trying to cover up with a lame excuse. Nothing. I'm like, well, have a good night. She gonna stay back, try to have a conversation with this guy or whatever. I don't know what they said because I was walking in my car. I'm not dealing with that foolishness. Once I see something foolish, I'm out. And that keep me in on, yo, I don't even want to take this chick back to my crib. My plan at that point was to take her straight home. That's what I wanted to do. All of a sudden, I hear her cursing this man out. You ain't this, you ain't that. Curse words, I ain't gonna use them for YouTube purposes. But she going off on this dude. She going off on him. Talking about he don't make no money. Talking about how he ain't no real officer. Said the whole nine, right? I'm like, yo, I go back, I pull her, I'm saying, yo, we gotta go. Hey, have a good night, man. Bruh, this shit was wild. So I pull it back to the car. This chick, I said, where you stay at? Where you stay at? Got her address. I'm like, yo, I'm finna take you home. All of a sudden, when I said that, she gonna act like she's sleeping, right? She gonna act like she's sleeping. I'm driving. Her crib was not that far away. I said, yo, I'm gonna peel out. I'm gonna freaking drop her off at her crib. I'm finna go back to my place alone, right? So all of a sudden, she act like she tired and sleeping and stuff. I'm trying to wake her up. Yo, we arrive at her place. I'm trying to wake her up. Like, yo, we here at your crib. Yo, get up. Hey. Spent like 10 minutes doing this, guys. 10 minutes. All of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I guess we'll just go back to my crib. Then she want to wake up. All of a sudden, she woke up. All of a sudden, she awake. Where are we at? I said, okay, we at my crib. My crib wasn't even far from hers. I said, we at my crib. Come on. Now she's fine. Now she ain't sleepy. I'm like, bro, this is a headache. Guys, at this point, this is just a headache for me. We get out the car. We go up to my place. All right. I'm not wasting no time, guys. I'm not wasting no time with this chick. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get what I want and get her out of here. I'm not even going to let her spend the night. I don't let just any chick spend the night with me. Like, you not just finna spend the night. I don't feel comfortable with this type of chick staying in my bed. That ain't finna happen. Finna get mines. She definitely finna get hers. And I'm gonna take her back to her crib. She wasn't that far away. Cool. Get the hell out. We chilling and stuff. Take her to the bedroom. Escalation. Right off the bat. I'm getting top. I'm like, yo, all right. I said, hold on real quick. I started helping her take off her clothes. I'm trying to get down to business as quick as possible and get her out of here. That's my goal right now. My mission, get her out of here. I'm taking the pants off, bruh. I rolled them things down, bruh. This chick did not shave. You got all this stubble on your leg, lady. What's going on? I'm like, bruh, I've already made it this far. All right, whatever. She might have missed a couple days. All right, whatever. Benefit of the doubt. I don't know how many times this chick just absolutely gave a flag. Not only did she have the stubbly legs, I'm looking at her pants as they coming down. I'm like, this is a big ass wet spot in this shit. I'm like, yo, hold on. And I didn't put that at the forefront. Like I peeped it quick and then I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, you know, I was already up and ready to go. So I was like, bruh, like, okay, whatever. I'll deal with that later, right? That came back to bite me. But listen, so she's taking off her clothes and so she takes off the bra. Bruh, I shit you not. She takes off her bra, bro. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I ain't got no problem with a chick with a lot of areola. But from her size, bruh, it was covered. The nipple was, her nipples were big as hell. And the areola covered the whole thing. The whole thing. It looked disgusting. Bruh, she looks up at me after she reveals her mess. And she looks up at me. I'm like, bruh, I'm telling you, I almost died. I literally almost died at that moment. I tried to fake it. Bruh, as soon as that happened, done. I was done. I was limp and I was done. She took it all away. I'm like, bruh, you killed it. You absolutely killed it with this. Biggest turnoff of my freaking life. The biggest turnoff. It was absolute, like, bruh, I almost threw up on this chick. She's like, bruh, I'm not playing. All right, I'm like, yo, you know what? Let's go. As soon as that happened, I was like, you know what? No more. No more. I done gave you more chances than I usually would give a chick, right? So I'm like, you know what? No more. No more. This is why you don't make exceptions to your own standards, your own rules. I'm like, no more. All right, get yourself, let's go. She's like, what's wrong? I said, in my head, I'm like, you know what's wrong, but but I'm like, yo, we gotta go. So we're going back downstairs. I don't care to finish or nothing. I'm like, bruh, at this point, I just want to get you back to your crib and just be done. Just be done. Thankfully, this chick don't got my number or nothing. She talking about some, okay, well, I'll hit you up later. And I'm like, well, how the hell you finna hit me up? You don't got my number, chick. So I just didn't say nothing about that. I left that as it was. We getting in my car. I hop in first. I'm looking over to the right. I see a wet spot in the passenger seat. In the passenger seat. Then I rethink. I'm like, yo, her pants was wet. They had a wet spot. I said, she hops in. She's like, what? I said, do you see this? This is a wet spot right here. What's going on? What's going on? And your pants was wet too. Did you not finish with the bushes? You had to ruin my seats too. Not only did you ruin that business's courtyard or whoever the hell they was courtyard, you messed up my passenger seat too. I'm like, yo, oh my, I said, okay, where you, like, let's go right now. She's sitting here like trying to, you know, make excuses. I don't want to hear none of that. I dropped that chick off and I'm outie, bruh. That was the worst experience. Like, too many things went wrong, y'all. There was too many things that went wrong for anything to be saved. I don't care how pretty a chick is. I don't care what she looked like. If you turn me off, you gotta go. And there were too many turn-offs. I should have cut it. You know, I should have cut it at that damn bill. When she double take the bill and look up at me like I'm finna pay for it. Hell no, shawty.